Everyone again, and I just want you to notice that Raj has this wonderful bow tie on today. Makes him look really classy. and how the three of us have coordinated our colors, I think is quite something. And we didn't do it consciously. Okay. So welcome again to Thiru Thiruvengadam. And Thiru, as you know, is a global business consultant with extensive experience, and he is covering the main points of how to make your business successful. I guess that's the bottom line. And today, because the last podcast discussed value proposition, what's the value you bring to the market? Today, we want to talk about strategies to take your products and services to market. And there are so many of them. For example, do you want to go direct, or do you want to go through channel partners? You know, there's a lot to discuss here. So Thiru, take it away. How would you help people figure out the strategies to take their products and services to market?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Betska and Raj, and pleasure to be with you once again. Yeah, so continuing on our discussion, after the value proposition has been properly defined, the next step is to clearly define the go-to-market strategy. Go-to-market strategy is different from the overall marketing strategy. A marketing strategy for an organization is much longer term in terms of the overall build the organization is going through with their website and communication, etc., in order to kind of create a to create an awareness and then the competitive differentiation on an ongoing basis. As against that, the go-to-market strategy is for a given product or a given service that the organization is taking to the market. In the discussion that we are having with an entrepreneur, assuming that it is a company at the beginning of its cycle, the go-to-market strategy will help the organization to define as to how are they going to actually reach out to the market and take these products and services and deliver to the organization. There are several ways this could be done. One way is the organization itself equips themselves with the required infrastructure, people, system, process, etc., to deliver to the end customer. The other way is to identify partners who we could call them as channel partners or alliance partners, depending on what value they bring in. Channel partners in general take the products and services what we have as they are, but they extend the reach into the market. As against the alliance partners, in general, they bring additional knowledge. They may have some products or services of their own. So together, these two complement each other, and then a holistic solution is offered to the client. In all these cases, there is a revenue share arrangement that is happening. The customer obviously is receiving the value for which he is compensating the seller with the revenue, and that revenue gets shared with the number of entities that get involved. Now, why do we need to define all of this at the beginning? This is so important in order that we not only are able to reach out to the target defined market that we already have done, but also be able to really deliver the value that we have defined and then kind of sustain it on an ongoing basis. And then the next step is to replicate this. Okay, we have identified the market, we identify one client, we have delivered this, and then we want to now deliver to the next client and the next segment. So this is how the business grows. So we probably start with one partner, then we bring in more partners, etc. So these are all the things that get defined in a go-to-market strategy. Now, this is as far as the acquiring of the customer is concerned. Now, what happens after customer is acquired? You also need to deliver the solution. There could also be discussions with respect to, do we do the delivery and implementation of the product or a service by ourselves, or do we engage a set of other third parties? Those could be the agencies that get involved, either directly working with us in a project management kind of a role. We can bring in people from other sources and then get it done. Or it could be an implementation where there are other equipments required, like a hardware, networking, etc. Maybe there are other partners who are coming in. Note that they were not involved during our sales cycle. Our sales cycle was to sell our product or service, which we used our channel partner or alliance. But subsequently, to get it implemented, there are more partners who are required to come in. So these are all the things that we kind of define and then strategize to start with as to how are we going to take all of this to the market. Because all of them, yes, Betska.
Well, I was just thinking, if you're going to be working through channel partners, there has to be a lot of trust built.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, that human, the relationships, and really trusting the other people that they're going to work with you, that, you know, they may say they have a sales team, but maybe their sales team is not going to spend a lot of time on your products and services because they want to sell their own and they're going to make a bigger margin on it, you know? So I was just thinking about, wow, how important it is. Sure, it might be easy to find channel partners technically, but which are the right ones for you?
Absolutely. Very crucial. Absolutely. It's as important and as hard also as we are able to find good resources for our own company. Raj can, he's an expert in this area. I mean, it's not that easy to find the right talent for an organization. And so is the case with the partners. So we should be very careful in terms of selecting them. So they have to be put through a proper selection process. And also the other part is, how are we hand holding them, training them and equipping them? That's also a responsibility which is on us as an organization. That's also part of our overall go-to-market strategy. So we don't just go and then engage any Tom, Dick or Harry, but then an organization which would be able to take our value to the customer. So those are all the steps that we need to take to make sure that the partners that we choose do work with us, as well as carry and deliver the same value that we have set out to deliver to our customers.
So, right strategy will, I think, always play a game changer in any business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I was just thinking about also, as you were chatting there, I'll give you an example with Raj's company. He's a master at executive search, but now he's expanding his business to offer corporate training, corporate consulting, executive coaching, right? Because those all complement his business, right?
Very nice.
Yeah. And it just makes huge sense that now his offering to his clients is more holistic. It's not just the executive search. If his clients have got some problems with morale, then he can call in an executive coach, or they can do some corporate training, whatever. So I think that's also part of that value proposition from the last segment, right?
Yeah. So we start with the value proposition, which is defined and then communicated to the rest of the organization. And then we define the go-to-market strategy, because the benefit of go-to-market strategy is the benefits accrue in terms of the time to market. If I don't have a properly defined strategy and just go and then try, sell to somebody, I may get caught somewhere. I don't know what to do next, type of a thing, As again, that if we define the strategy, think through that and then properly define it, and then get also our partners in place, then the time to market gets improved. The second major, benefit is the conversion and the adoption rates of the clients for our products and services, because we now have a better reach into the market. We have picked and chosen the right partners to carry our value to the market. And we are not doing a spray and pray kind of an approach, like, send out some mailers or, just run some ads and then, but we are doing this in a very well-defined manner. So that results in better, productivity and then better conversion, which obviously results in lesser cost of our operation and then higher margin and profit to the organization. That's good.
So last question, around these channel partners, because I'm so fascinated with that. Wow, like how do you pick the right channel partner? Maybe that's my question. I mean,
Sure.
and learning how to trust them, you know?
It requires some research in terms of the industry the organization is into, the solution or the product or a service that they are trying to offer. So they may have to look around to see who are the others who are involved in this. So that is the research part in terms of finding out who are the potentials.
Mhm.
Then we'll have to go through some level of engagement with them to assess that they are the right partners to us, both technically as well as commercially, and also from the other point of view of, maybe if I can say that, let us say spiritually, whether they are aligned to our organization and our value systems and the value proposition that we have come up with, in order that they would be able to take and then deliver whatever we are committing to deliver to our customers, etc. So that is a selection process that takes a little time, but I guess it's best done at the beginning so that we are all set to deliver value to our customers now and then for a very long period of time.
So you know what I'm getting, Thiru, in summary, Raj, what I'm getting from these podcasts is that it may seem so easy to say, okay, I'm going to start a business, right? But to do the homework, to do everything that Thiru is suggesting and more, I mean, the pages of material that he sent to me, for example, about possible topics for these podcasts, I mean, it's massive. So I think it's really worthwhile for a new entrepreneur or for a company that's been in business a long time, but they want to review their strategy, to hire someone like Thiru to sit back and take a bird's eye view of the business and say, okay,
Yeah.
how are we doing? Do we have the right mission, vision, and goals and values? And do we know what the value proposition is? Do we know what strategies, maybe we need to shift things? So I'm just inviting all of our viewers here to take a look at that.
So, absolutely. Earlier it is done, it is better for them, because as you rightly said, for many entrepreneurs, it looks like, oh, it's very easy to start a business.
Yeah.
And then they quickly learn after they get the first one or two customers, then what? How do I now reach out to the rest of the market? Now, what else I should be doing? So they get stuck there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's because they did not spend the time at the design stage, define many of these things.
Yeah.
They just, go out with some bright idea or something. And this is quite common in the startup world these days.
Yeah.
So I think your points are very well taken, Betska. So
Great.
they should spend some time defining these, and it will take them a long way for.
Maybach music.